I mean, I'm
against
sure he plays Lena.
No, he did. So what happened was he played one Lina against RNG a couple days ago, right? That game against against RNG, and they lost. And ever since then, they just don't have any respect for the hero. So I'm afraid because I think this is like the best hero for any of the Chinese teams, and especially Ori. I feel like if BG get Lina, their chances to beat Aster goes up by like 10-20%. And
Oh, speaking of mid laners who have been feeling a bit off, has anyone else also been seeing that from Ori? His performances haven't been that strong this tournament.
Yeah.
He's also been quite off. I really would like to see these two, in particular, White Album and Ori, just play the kind of Dota that we're used to seeing them play.
You guys want a cool stat?
What is it? Give it to us.
Sure.
Poyoyo has the greatest hero diversity in this tournament so far, having played a different hero every single game.
Wow.
Yep.
SAPPHIRE. Ooh, new hero.
Indeed.
New opener. This is a really unusual opener.
Do you like that opener better than a Lion against Puck?
I very much prefer a Lion to a Shaman. I think
Right.
if you're picking this hero just to deal with the Puck, Lion does a better job. But obviously picking the Shaman, it's already telling us that they have more of a different game plan going into this. When you think of Shadow Shaman, you think of the pushing potential that he provides to his team. So it looks like they're going to be looking to take these towers a little bit earlier than what they could do with a Lion. So we can already look to see more of a higher, faster paced draft coming out of Vici this game.
What would you rather have? One crappy little finger or I can't remember, 8 Giga Snakes super
one
charged
crappy,
just attacking
one crappy
stuff?
little finger. One crappy.
You'd rather have the
finger.
crappy little finger? Alright, you're boring.
The Lion is just a more value hero, but like I said, the Shaman does provide faster pace, provides a lot of tower damage. We can already see them playing for early towers this game, which is going to be nice to see.
Who's better in lane, Shaman or Lion?
In lane? Shaman. I'd say. But it depends who you're laning against. If you're just playing for denies in a lane because you can't kill anyone, then you're going to want to play Shaman. Sure. But if you're playing to just go in and out, run through the jungle, stop pulls from happening, then you want to be Lion. You don't want to be Shaman.
I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that. Lion is much better at disruption in lane than a Shaman for sure.
Okay.
So we haven't talked about the Tidehunter either. There's really not that much to say about Tidehunter. He's kind of like the anchor of a team. He provides that really big team fight. Thank you for picking up on that. But he guys, stop. Okay, so he provides that team with that big team fight ults that they can rely on. He's dependable on lane. He's durable. He can tank a lot of these single target initiations, and he obviously pairs really well with a right clicker like Shaman because of the minus armor on Gush.
He can also buy
pipe,
be
a lot of damage,
which is very important in this game against the Puck. So they have that too. It just provides a solid team. But what I'm worried about for the Tide. Yes.
Did I crack the case? Did they pick Shaman over Lion so he could right-click on the Gush and do more damage than Lion?
Yes. But Lion could do very similar damage. I think he's got faster attack base too, you know? So that's also pretty good. But I don't think it's particularly for that situation, but maybe for the laning. It is going to be a better lane though, right? Like you want Shaman to sit behind the Tide and help him out.
They will get that tower far earlier.
Yeah, and the Luna is like incredibly good against Tidehunter in the laning stage. You got that aura, or throughout the game, to be honest, because the aura kind of offsets the Kraken Shell. And your team is going to do a significant amount of damage. Grimstroke now being picked up as we've seen the counter to Luna in some ways by creating an illusion of her with the Ags. It's going to be a 5 Grim again. And do you think, Mira, that we're going to see an Ags before this game ends?
So have we ever seen a 5 Grim finish his Ags?
There's only been one 5 Grim, right? Who was going for the Ags, I believe, so far.
That's definitely an item that you want to see coming out of a Grimstroke versus Luna, but he can still provide a lot for his team even without it.
I think he's going to finish it this game.
I think, you know what? Yeah, he'll finish it.
Okay.
Why
Cool.
not?
Decisive. Why not?
He'll get it. He'll get it. I believe in him. I think they have. I don't think they're gonna get run over this game. I don't think he'll be playing. Without
Where's
any
my
noise.
Lina? What is this hero? Why are we picking subpar mid
I
laners when
think you
Lina's in
are
the pool?
tunnel visioning on this Lina a little bit.
I think Theoden's got a bit of a thing for Lina. He's been very focused on her over the past few days.
Let's talk about the obvious. Why they pick Void Spirit over Lina with their lineup, right? They pick the Grimstroke. The Grimstroke needs to enable a hero on his team to make his Inkswell very valuable. It's not really going to be a Tide because he's not going to have Uplink Dagger for a while. It's not going to be Shaman, obviously. And if it's a Lina, it's not going to be a Lina either. So they do just go for a Void Spirit just for the sake of pairing him up with Grimstroke and getting those early Inkswell kills. Which, sure, that's nice enough. Like, we've already talked about how they're going to play a higher tempo kind of game with the Shaman as opposed to the Lion.
Yeah. See,
So
okay.
this makes more sense. But
You
they
guys are-
do...
No, you're
Go on.
sorry to interrupt you. You can
No,
finish.
go on.
Okay,
no,
so yeah,
go.
Void Spirit, you're completely right. That's the thing. Like, they need someone, right, that can go in with the Inkswell, or else, like, if they don't pick it here, then now they're forced to pick a carry who needs to utilize the Inkswell. Timber being picked up now, I guess it's good damage against Tide, good offlaner, but this also gives VG the opportunity to counter that in the laning stage. What I wanted to say was, I have a stat for you, okay? All heroes with 9 picks or higher in this tournament, okay? Lina has the best win rate amongst them.
Excellent.
Okay, so I'm not just, loving Lina for nothing. All right, there's your stat for you.
You're right. No, there's a lot of value. She's such a valuable pick. You're right. It's just that they had like a different idea going into this game for sure. But like the even said, now they can just kind of counter the Timber in the laning phase. So Aster are covering their bases, right? They ban out the Ursa, who typically does very well against the Timber. So they're probably gonna ban out. I wonder who they ban out next year, actually.
So we can pick Monkey, Slark. Those are like typical good heroes. Hearing you.
Gyro?
10 seconds.
Gyro. Not bad. I can see it working. How about you, Nomad? What's in the Nomad's dumpster diving today?
Yeah, I'm doing some heavy thinking here. Give me a Lycan game.
Wow, who in the right mind would ever pick Lycan against Timbersaw?
Let's never ask Nomad for a thing again.
You asked for a dumpster pick, guys. What do you expect?
Well, okay. I didn't ask you to go to the bottom of the dumpster. Like,
oh, sorry.
Just at the top is fine.
You need to specify these things. You say diving. I assume that means to the bottom. What kind of
but
diving?
But not all the way to the
where
bottom.
You just skim the top.
So they banned Monkey King like they even suggested. I'm sad we're not seeing more Gyros versus Timbers online. I would like to see it because it sounds kind of good to me with the Ravage added teamfight effect can also just farm very fast and scale into the late game. I don't think we've seen that hero enough this tournament though to solicit.
But none of this matters though. None of it matters because Aster opened up with Puck and Luna. Puck and Luna are Luna's most popular safe lane hero. Puck is the most popular mid lane hero of the tournament. And they both have the same win rate. 33.3%. So Aster
Luna has a 33% win rate.
In this tournament, yes. She's been figured out.
I think a lot of her losses have actually been to Medusa.
Yeah, I mean, Medusa's the second most popular carry hero, actually, and that's 62.5%. So the win rates match up perfectly as it happens.
Do you guys think we'll see a Medusa here?
It's banned. So I don't think we will see a Medusa.
Okay,
I don't think so.
Never mind. I can't even see. Apparently, Nomad's suggestion has made me blind.
I should have bet you my house that we wouldn't see a Medusa here. And if you took the bet,
could have been some easy money.
But I didn't want to take advantage of the situation.
My favorite stat of the tournament. The last one. Oh, there he is.
My guy Earth Spirit. Boom.
Sorry, what was that?
Do you guys want to know what the third most popular carry hero of the tournament's been?
10 seconds remaining.
Is it Axe?
It's Pudge.
Oh my god.
Pudge.
5 seconds remaining.
What a dank tournament.
Wait, what about Axe though? Axe was also picked quite a lot.
Pudge and Axe are joint third. I didn't want to ruin my
Okay,
stat by
all
saying
right.
that.
You
They both have 4
that
picks.
was definitely cherry picked there, Nomad.
Choose
I mean,
Didn't mention the
Alright.
axe.
It was fine.
Okay, so Juggernaut is a hero that actually can do well versus Timbersaw, especially if you pair him up with Grimstroke. I really like this Borax Earth Spirit. We haven't seen this in a really long time.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
bad.
it's got some fun.
My only concern here is I think that Timber's still gonna have a very good game because with Borax Earth Spirit, he can kick the Timber away, right? If they decide to go on him. That's something. And Earth Spirit himself has like incredibly high HP. He's not gonna be afraid of dying to like the Inkswell combo. So yeah, I mean, I think Juggernaut's a good carry, but it's not going to be able to like deal with the Timber as obviously a Ursa or a Monkey would have done. So Aster did a good job at banning the right heroes.
They might actually be lacking some early to mid game damage on the side of Vici, which is quite concerning. To be honest, I can see this game going both ways for both teams, but Aster's draft seems a little bit more clear cut to me. But I don't want to write off Vici's draft completely. I just do see a little bit of damage issues in the early mid game.
I definitely like the amount of control they've got for this Void Spirit. I think this Void Spirit, Ori's had a rough tournament so far, and I think he's going to have an even rougher tournament this game because this is looking like, you've got both the Earth Spirit Silence and the Lion to help deal with this Void Spirit. It's looking like it might be a tough game for him. This Juggernaut's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. I think he can do it, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'll go with Aster for this one. What are we thinking, guys? Quickly.
I'm thinking Aster.
I'm going
Sorry,
VG.
go on.
I'm going VG.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
VG.
build
Spicy.
another streak right now.
Spicy.
go.
The confidence.
It's
I like
very
the spice,
spicy.
Stephen. Thank you very much. And thank you to my wonderful panelists. And let's head over to our wonderful casters as well. Beak up on Mo Farah. What you got to say about this one?
Not much. I don't have a lot to say, honestly. You guys really took the words right out of my mouth. I would have repeated everything that you guys said, obviously. I'm just so entwined with the game and would have got the picks right just like you guys.
Maybe
Right, Mo?
Theben is building another streak, but it's just a losing streak this time.
That's what I thought.
He didn't specify, did he?
So, coming into this, take a look over at
Oh, no, I was
Vici
muted
and
in
Aster.
Discord.
Oh, he was
Oh, no.
muted. Left me hanging.
I said maybe Theben's building a losing streak instead of a winning streak this time.
Ooh, no, I don't know. Maybe.
The battle
I really am excited to see Borax on this Earth Spirit. That's the really most exciting thing to me. Blade Fury right on top of XXS, Timber Chain away, and Inkswell won't land on to anybody, and that puts Poyoyo in a very compromising position as he'll go down to XXS for first blood.
Oh dear. Not good. So, obviously, I agree with the panel that this lane with the Jug is kind of like... Normally you have this really great combo with the Grim, but they have Timber Chain, they have Kick Away from the Earth Spirit. I think it's going to be a really difficult lane for the Radiant side. But, Vici have Shadow Shaman, so I think they're going to win. That's
I know you're all about that Shadow Shaman. James, CDEC James, who doesn't have a team right now. So if you guys are looking to make a team, James, he plays a lot of Shadow Shaman. He's very good. Pick him up.
I miss this hero. People just started picking Lion instead, and it's not as fun. Shaman's just way more exciting. Oh no, it's Lion versus Shaman.
The Shaman looks like it's cosplaying Ember Spirit right now with this cosmetic.
I hate it so much. Why does it have a dagger?
Like, I feel like he's just gonna cast Sleight of Fist onto the Lion.
There you go. There's the problem with the Inkswell. I'm surprised he took it at level 1. I know it's for the first blood potential, but I think he kind of ruins their lane a little bit.
We're exceeding some right clicks. Mana getting drained up top from Lanham to PYW2. And this is really the hero that I was hoping Borax would play. After seeing his Phoenix performance, I wanted to see something more that he could use to roam around the map and have a presence felt, or even an omnipresence around the map.
Yeah, excited to see what he can do on the hero. Because Earthspray always fun to watch as well. One of those, I think it's one of those really high skill cap heroes, right? Where you're like, oh, this is awesome.
And it lets me do my favorite thing that I've been doing during this tournament. You remember at DAC?
I thought you were gonna say run down mid faster with roll, but
No. But you remember at DAC? Obika playing Earth Spirit and Tusk? It was that same year that OP played Tinker.
nice.
Oh man, it always comes back to DAC.
This Luna's got off to a difficult start, but they have Gush available. Yeah, they do. Monet might be in trouble here. No, okay. He has another beam up before I thought he would. And now they're going to click Tide down as well. They're both level 3, so there's a lot of damage coming through here.
Yeah, they've got the Hex to follow this up as he hits level 3 and puts the skill point into it. And Old 11, he's like one shot from dead. Anchor Smash and the Hex. But with the Lucent Beam as well as the right click from Lanham, they'll get the kill. And here he is. Here's Borax. PYW just came back to this lane. He'll get a kill on a Monet, but not before, or not until he's close to dead and close enough where Borax can follow that up with Lanham and take him out.
So, the thing about that is not only do they get the kills, they get 3 kills overall. Yes, they lose the Luna, but the wave starts to push under the tower, so they lose some of the XP on Vici before either the Tide or the Shaman can come back to that lane. They lose like 4 creeps worth of XP, which is really bad. So they're going to be pretty far behind in that lane now in terms of those levels.
Four minutes in, 4-1 lead here for Aster. Inkswell, silence on the puck. That's gonna pop. Can DY get this? Oh, needs one more right click.
That would have been incredible.
I really thought he had it. DY put on so much pressure.
I thought he had it as well.
For my coffers.
Right. What I don't like, B-Cop, is that the Shadow Shaman hasn't had a good start to the game. And I'm a little bit worried my likability for this hero is going to be under threat.
Yeah. DY getting run down right now by Borax. Inkswell hits. He's got to roll in 2 seconds if he wants to try and play that game against this Grimstroke, but decides not to do so. Well, what were we seeing from Shadow Shaman all that time back? Because that was season 1 that you were seeing James play that Shadow Shaman. So think back, because that's probably close to a year ago now.
I think that was when Shackles was much stronger at those early stages of the game. I think it used to do like a ridiculous amount of damage as well, where they've nerfed it since. It used to do like 100 damage at level 1, I think. I can't remember, but...
Phase boots picked up by the Jug. Yo, keeping up that hero diversity and going into this Jug. Give up that first blood. He's been CSing pretty well down here. Trying to do what he can, but now up towards top. They made the rotation. They're going to go in. They've got the Astral Step. And Ori looking to get a kill here on Alanum. He'll at least get that. And then Borax falls to hold 11. They've got the Inkswell looking for Monet. And they have corralled him into the corner. And they will find themselves a double on Ori and get 3 kills up in the top lane.
Yeah, what a rotation that is as well. Okay, Coil comes mid.
He snaps it, and...
Yes, 1 stick charge.
Oh, I don't know if he needed to snap that, but I don't think anybody was coming over anyway to help him. And there were no rotations through. No TP on Ori.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So, good pick off a White Album, though. You know, like, Ori makes this rotation towards the top lane and finds all these, amazing pickoffs and things, but White Album just has someone turn up to his lane instead, which is fantastic for him. So he gets to carry on farming and get a kill.
Aether Remnant in the Hex, and now PYW Gonna help out and get a kill on a White Album, the hero or the player
Revenge.
that has been kind of struggling for Aster the last few days. And yeah, it is a bit of revenge there.
I mean, that's one of the things the Shadow Shaman's best at, right, though, is this quick lockdown against the puck, which was the opening pick. So it makes sense.
Now they've got the Shackle out on a Borax. Lanham, he's coming over, but Poyoyo's here. Inkswell on the Lanham with the Blade Fury. They're going to get the kill at least onto the Lion. White Album comes in. He's got the two-man Waning Rift with the Boulder Smash hitting out of both those heroes. DY, Phantom's Embrace. He's dead to the right click of White Album. DYW running back as Ori will join him. They'll go for this Dream Coil. And I think Borax was thinking about maybe kicking this Shadow Shaman out of the coil.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
What's the skill build on the Grim? I think he has a third point in Phantom's Embrace already.
Yes, it's 0
It's
3
level
2.
6 on the Jug. And then, like, Timber's level 7, he goes bot.
Radiant's
Yeah, that's not going to go well. I mean, that was the really early rotation mid from Poyoyo, right? That he realizes he can't really lane against the Timber anymore, so he goes mid to try and help. But when you turn back up bot again, you're just not in a great situation.
Now, especially without your bottom tower. Timber's having a great start. XXS is on it. Big creep wave coming through towards bottom for Poyoyo. Timber Shade across. Poyoyo uses the Blade Fury. At least one deny there for XXS.
And how many times have we seen this Timber start to take over this early game, though, in this tournament so far? You know, one of the most contested heroes, like Noma would say, and there's a good reason for it. Oh, if Tide comes over and take these stacks.
Yeah, but he's going to need to be careful now with White Album and XXS showing up. All three cores here. Old 11, he's got himself Ravage. He's got the rest of the team behind him. They're going to continue to jump in on him. They have the Hex, the Dream Coil on it too. But there's the Inkswell popping. White Album now avoiding the Ravage that comes through and hits on the 3. The roll all the way in, hitting on a DY. DY's dead of the Lucent Beam from Monet. After all is said and done, only one kill, but it goes for Aster, and it forces out a Ravage, which gets nothing.
And that's the thing, you know, everybody wants to be able to play around the Tide Ravage there, and they're like, oh, let's take a fight. But there's a brick wall in the Timber in the way. They have no damage to deal with Timber right now. You know, they have this Inkswell, which is great, and they have, like, the Ravage and stuff, but it's just not enough. He's so tanky. I think we have Monet has Mask of Madness coming out in the career now on Luna as well, so.
Yeah, going into the Dragonlance next, and you can see Poyoyo trying to get what he can. He's sitting second on the net worth. Going for the Timber up in the top lane, and I don't know if this will work out, but they're starting to really get through the armor. But XXS quite tanky, and he's just able to Timber chain away.
They're not getting through the armor, though. That's the problem. He's still half HP, and they've just used everything apart from Ravage.
Starting. Ooh, Hex. And the finger blowing up Poyoyo.
Great kill.
Yeah,
And all of
really-
a sudden, they can't even really push top either, because Aster could respond, bring extra heroes to this top lane. But it's like they can't go where the Timber is, right? So wherever the Timber turns up, they just have to run away and try and find fights somewhere else.
Ship vest. Decent pickup here for Old 11. Does Old 11 just go straight utility build, or we've seen a couple Tide Hunters look for some damage output?
Yeah, their damage output is a little bit lacking in the team overall. I think that's what Effie was saying on the panel, right? But I guess they have okay initiation with the Shaman and the Void Spirit.
Dire's
I'm not really
middle
sure.
tower is under
I'll be
attack.
honest. I think I guess it's an okay pipe game on that kind of thing, but you just keep the value of the hood, right? The pipe's so expensive now. Probably just go for relatively early blink still, I would say.
X, Inkswell, Phantom's
This isn't
Embrace.
gonna work.
They've got the Shackle, but here comes White Album. Two-man Dream Coil. Everybody's actually here for the side of Vici. They go to the Ravage. They've got themselves a Serpent Ward down. And finally, they
my
get the kill on
God.
the XXS. Magnetized, Geomagnetic Grip, the double silence out on Ori. Ori trying to go after White Album, but the stun comes out from Lanham. They have him with the Illusory Orb. Another Hex through, and the right click damage with the Healing Ward. It's going to be enough. They've got the Shackle out of the line. They'll get the kill on Lanham. Looking over at White Album, who's just able to skirt away, but 3 kills for the side of Vici. They'll get the tier 1 tower.
I was so certain they wouldn't be able to kill that Timber. I was really sure. I didn't see the Maelstrom on the Jug. And I think when the Omni Slash comes through with that extra little bit of magic damage, right, against the Timber, they just have enough after using everything on him.
I end up getting that. I don't know if they knew all 5 were up there for Vici.
I very much doubt the Timbersaw will be put off from this though.
Just this Void Spirit, or just that death up top?
Just that death, I mean.
They're still having a good game. He's actually going Timbersaw Kaya Sanj.
Yeah, I don't mind that though. I think the Kai Sanch is really good, especially this game. Obviously, the extra healing comes through really well with that hero. It's such a valuable item. It feels like a better version of Bloodstone in a way.
Koyoyo. His senses tingling as he TPs out.
It's funny to see the 2 mid heroes being the lowest net worth cores in the game, though. Like all the side laners are a little bit ahead. We've been seeing like these TAs and Lenas and Leshes. He's more like dedicated. I'm like Romus this time. Yeah, and there's the blink.
Invisibility.
I'm waiting to see what he queues up afterwards.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Smoke breaks. Lanham found. Gets the Hex off before the Phantom's Embrace was able to attach itself. XXS will come over, but won't really do much of anything. And Old 11, well, he's got Ravage ready to go. I think they'd need everybody again if they really wanted to go on to this Timber once more. Meanwhile, though, Serpent Wards, Gush coming in, and the roll away. They did not get in front of his roll.
Yeah, Old 11 tried to close the gap there so that he could get in and block the roll, but wasn't quite in range. I would say this Phantom's Embrace build by DY is doing such huge amounts of work this game as well. I think up against the Timber and the Puck especially, it has a lot of value. Because Timber obviously can't attack if he has Chakram out. Silence very valuable against Puck.
Dream Coil on a 2 with the Geomagnetic Grave. Looking to blink into the Ravage. They got themselves the Lucid Beam out with the Eclipse following it up. Now the Ravage comes on through, lands onto a bunch. They get the kill on the Borax as well as White on the takeout 2. They've got the Shackle on a Monet. Now the Soul Mind's there. Silence on it 2. XXS trying to do what he can to deter the side of Vici from continuing on further, but it's not really doing much. Monet getting low. Right clicks in. He'll fall. Double kill for Ori. XXS, you're tanky and you'll survive, but the rest of the team around you is dead.
What a fight by Vici. I mean, the Jug puts the healing ward down, so even when they go in with the coil and the Earth Spirit silence, everyone's just getting healed up, and it survives the whole fight, I'm pretty sure, the healing ward. Yeah, look how much the Timbersaw does loads of damage, but nobody else does anything, right? They all just get caught off by this Ravage, and they just all instantly die. Like, the Puck gets the coil off, but then watch the Ravage come through after the silence ends on the Tide. Great Aether Remnant by the Void Spirit as well, to catch the Puck in the first place. But the healing ward's just still there. Like, they can't kill anybody. Eventually goes down, but by then it's just too late.
She looking good. Up 2K now. Koyoyo leading the net worth.
Yeah, that's a massively game-changing fight, though. Like, everything was looking okay for us, right? But then, yeah, one bad move. Vici leading the line again. Great spell usage, though. As he said. I like the early BKB from the Luna this game. I think she realizes, like, most of the time these Lunas want to go like Yasha or something first, right, to be a little bit more greedy, but the state of the game, they have to be able to 5-man and just be able to take these big engagements, and if the Luna doesn't have BKB, it's impossible this game. There's so many things to worry about, you know, like the Void Spirit jumping, the Ink Swell, the Ravage.
They're going to smoke and continue to put the pressure on. They'll look for the Luna, who's up towards top. They'll have the Ink Swell with the Astral Step jump. And there's the Ink Swell, there's the Astral Step. They're right on Monet. They've got the Phantom's Embrace. The Hex comes through, but they've got the Serpent Wars, the Silence on both those heroes. As they've got that axe picked up on the Void Spirit, they get the kill into PYW. They'll look over now onto the Void Spirit. Old 11, he doesn't have a Ravage to throw, but the damage coming out of Lana might be enough to get the kill in just a second with it Assimilate. Lana ends up dead. Silence again on an XXS with the Phantom Embrace. An Inkswell pops, but onto nobody, and we'll use that Trustless Shovel to gain another advantage in a bounty rune.
Great thing about that, they put the Serpent Wars for the fight, and it's under the enemy tower as well. So not only do they get pickoffs, they find the tower, and I think they're going to start to look towards the Roche Pit here because they have Ravage back up again. So once they've dealt with their waves and things, I think that Roche looks really tasty right now.
Philosopher's Stone.
I'll take that as tribute.
Ooh, double Astral Step. Silence, Omni, Monet, gone. Again.
They're getting torn apart, aren't they? Wow. This just relentless aggression from Vici. And that is one of the things you can say about the Void Spirit that is, you know, so strong. He is so mobile that it feels like he can be everywhere. Especially when you get this early ags as well, like your game impact is ridiculous.
Dice are scanning.
And Ori's 8-0 and
Radiant's top
6.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, they scanned there on the dive to see if the Shaman was by himself, and he wasn't, so Puck just TP's away. Who just got a Grove Bow? Was it the Dire? I swear to God, if it is, Fluda gets another Grove Bow.
It was.
Oh my God.
The Puck's holding the Grove Bow.
Oh, okay.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Still counts
Also
as every time, though.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, still on the Luna's team.
Serpent Ward's committed over bottom.
Middle tower is under attack.
Earth Spirit and Luna are over that way, but not sure they really want to show themselves.
Bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Get that tower down 5k now is Aster. They really need to find an opening or make some space for this Luna, who is sitting bottom of the net worth in the core race. It has really not been a fun time for Monet. Sitting top of the net worth in the support race is PYW. Swell, there's the Hex. They've got that Assimilate, and PYW's got yet another kill. He's sitting 3, 4, and 10.
He was a few hundred gold off Blink there. I think if he had it, they might have been able to catch the Timber, but they ended up getting Ladam instead, so kind of like a nice, smaller reward instead.
I don't know about this White Album. He's going to want to jaunt away. Old 11 has Blink. There's the Ravage and Inkswell with the Hex. This is a dead White Album Puck. And making an aggressive play, knowing that the team is probably there after they made an attack up towards top. And you could see that Old 11 was farming mid.
Sorry, I really appreciate that zoom in on the grim face there, just before the Puck died. That was very good. You could do the analysis. I'm just going to laugh at the small things instead.
No.
Are you sure? I don't mind, honestly.
I mind. I embarrass myself when I analyze the game.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I mean, Shadow Shower looks really good, though. Feels like they had a plan for this Puck. First pick that they knew Aster loved. Yeah, coming into the series strong. And you have to say, though, that is one of the things about the tiebreakers that would have been different for both these teams, is that when you don't know who your opponent is the day before, right? So both these teams coming in to the tiebreakers would have had no idea who they would have been playing against straight away. So interesting to see them almost, you know. This might be something they've not practiced for Aster necessarily, but in scrims they've been like, yeah, where's the Shadow Shaman gone? Why aren't we picking it against Puck more?
And they know that White Album loves the Puck, loves the Lestrak, so X out onto this Jug. He's got the Aegis. If they need to get down there, they are far away. They're only going to take the first life and run, it seems, but quick into the Blade Fury. Timbersaw coming over, the rest of the team reacting. And now Poyoyo getting low. They should have this kill, but can they get out clean? And they will do so as Vici. They see the death and they won't jump in onto this Aster side.
I'll be honest, I kind of just assumed he'd have a TP and he'd just spin TP away. I didn't actually look. And then, yeah, slow realization from me. And yeah, this should be a tier 2, right? I don't think they defend without the Jug. Okay, well, here we go.
Maybe not. They're going to go for a... They found themselves at least the kill on a Borax. They end up losing PYW, but he's already got the Serpent Wards down, and they've got themselves Monet caught in the Serpent Wards for a second. Silence hits onto the Puck. They go after him. Phase shift, though, away. They've got the Aether Remnant that lands on XXS. They'll land the Ravage onto the Monet, get the kill onto the Luna, and now Earth Spike rolling death from XXS to kill off DY. Right now, it's the two supports on the side of Vici dead with Jug coming back up in just 4 seconds. They get the kill onto Lanham, and now White Album needs to leave, and so does XXS.
This Void Spirit is so strong. He's so tanky, and this is before he's got the Kaya Sands as well. It's like 2.2k HP. I can't believe they went for it, but they have so much damage.
Void Spirit's 10-0-7.
He's owning. But that's the power. It's not just him, though. You have to remember, this Grimstroke is enabling the Void Spirit at the same time. Like, with all these ink scrolls that are coming through.
Oh, White Album, Blink, Hex, Aether Remnant with so much damage so quickly. Monet's over. They've got the Hex coming through into Ori. Will they kill him for the first time? It's looking like they might. But the Astral Step, he's ready to go on the high ground. They hit a stun on the Borax. They might even follow it up with an Aether Remnant. That doesn't land, but the Omni Slash now bouncing around. Monet getting real low, ends up falling to Old 11, who blinks in with the Gush. They've got themselves a shackle around onto the Euro Spirit. They'll take out Borax. 3 heroes down on the side of Aster again. Vici, 25-12, almost a 10k lead. They are blowing up the side of Aster and blowing them out of the water.
Was there a shard on the Grim there? I think.
Yeah,
because if there's I think, yeah, it purged off the stuns, right? Because it's the strong dispel.
Yep.
And it just allows the Void Spirit to get out of the fight. That was awesome. And they're going to catch more.
Yeah, they've got the Hex. Good two-man stun coming out from this Lion, but now Void Spirit looks his direction, and Lanham's probably going to be dead here. They've got the Healing Ward, but it's not enough to keep alive PYW. However, it kept him alive long enough where Aster may not feel comfortable going in for the rest of Vici because they're so healthy.
Yeah, I think you just need to get out now. Reset, wait for the Shaman.
Roll
I still
in.
want to try and force the issue.
Jamming that a grip. It's only a silence onto the Grimstroke. Roll away. XXS, he's committed to this. The Soulbind comes in onto the Timbersaw. They've got Ori coming up to round up the back. Doom Coil snaps. DY ends up dead. Astral Step as well as the Aether Remnant that hits onto the Earth Spirit. XSS going in and looking for more, but not looking likely that Vici are going to give up any more numbers.
Yeah, good chase though by Aster. They find an extra pick off. You know, they want to try and take that numbers advantage fight in the 4 versus 5. Puck almost has BKB as well, so that's going to be really helpful. Up against all these constant silences from like the Grim, the Void Spirit. If he can cast it before the Hex comes through from the Shaman as well, that would be big.
Radiant's bottom
Is
tower is under
he going Arcane Blink on the top? Oh no, he's going Shivas. Right, okay. I was going to say.
Void Spirit going Octarine next.
That item feels so good on so many of these like spellcasting mids now. Especially because of the easy build-up from the Aether Lens.
Old 11 might want to jump and go for this Ravage. A lot of heroes grouping up towards mid. Old 11 in the trees. Blink, Ravage coming through. That line's under 2. They've got the Serpent Ward as well as the Soulbind. That means they're both silenced thanks to the Phantom's Embrace. Not one, but two, and make it a third with Lanham hitting the deck as Ori is now beyond godlike.
Middle tower has
What a
fallen.
nice combo that was.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Oh.
under attack.
Puck just can't react in time because he's so close to the Ravage. You know, if you're on the outer edges of that, then maybe you can react with phase shift. But
UIW landing the Hex
another.
on Monet. They've got the Phantom Embrace. And look at that. Ori with another. Ori. The rest of the team will line him up, and he'll knock him down 15, 0, and 8. And they'll call GG on Aster. They will tap out to Vici, who have just jumped down their throats.
Do you know what? I was coming into this series, I was like, wow, you know, are we maybe going to see the difference between the strength in groups and where everybody assumed that Group B was going to be stronger with this Elephant LGD Vici combo? And Aster started this game really well, and I was like, oh, you know, maybe it's the other way around. Maybe we haven't given enough respect to Group A. And then all of a sudden, this just 5-man Dota comes through from Vici, and like you said, they just blow them out of the water. I mean, that was such a strong performance from Vici in a tournament that they haven't necessarily looked at their best. So, you know, the group stage is one thing, but if they can get back to their best for the playoffs, that's when it really matters.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, maybe a little bit of them not looking